Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to English 1102. My brain just lost a whole number in there. Um, we are sitting here on a Monday looking at very yucky skies because, of course, it is not only week 8, but it's another hurricane week. Couple of people have emailed asking about deadlines and things like that. We are a fully online class, so I am not going to officially move anything, but obviously if you are victims of power outages and whatnot, nothing's going to be counted late. So try not to worry about it. But we are going to proceed as best we can in week 8. So let me go ahead and, as usual, kind of give you an overview and a walkthrough of what we are working on. So as I mentioned, week 8, if we scroll down, we will notice that in week 8, you are currently working on your literary analysis paper. And I know that some of you had some confusion about the due dates on the discussion boards. So some of you may still be posting those. That is absolutely fine. I did not mean for it to be confusing, but there were 4. And you were supposed to do 2 each week, and it didn't matter which order you did them in. So the due dates were maybe a little bit confusing, and I do apologize for that. So make sure that you have posted all 4 of your discussion boards. And then this week, you're going to be working on the literary analysis paper, which will be a much more in-depth discussion of one piece of literature. So in the modules, you, of course, are currently in, there we go, I almost went too far, the basics of literature, which is weeks 5 through 8. So this is the end of module 2. Of course, you can review the objectives, but let's take a look where the activities are. There are, of course, 2 lectures and the set of readings. Now, this week, some of the more important readings will be the stuff that comes after those, which is the assignment guide, the formatting guide, academic research guide, and then, of course, there are some pieces of information in our courses LibGuide on literary research and criticism, and then, of course, reminders about the basics of MLA. I have given you a link to the Library Citations Center, which will have everything that you need to know for MLA citations, as well as templates that you can use for the paper. And then there is also a sample paper that you can look at that will help you kind of envision what that will look like. Okay, so in terms of the assignment, let's go ahead and look at the full assignment for the literary analysis paper. Students will submit a Word document, of course, containing a research paper with the following requirements. Short research paper. I know it doesn't seem short to you, but it's short by academic standards. Short research paper on any single work from the independent readings for Module 2. In addition to the primary source, which will be the poem or play or nonfiction reading, you need to have at least 3 to 4 secondary sources or tertiary or background sources. Those are required as well. For all the sources, you're going to have, of course, to document your use of research, both the primary and the secondary sources. The essay itself needs to be at least 3 full double-spaced pages. And of course, that doesn't include the works cited page or really even the first page information, which of course takes up a few lines. So you're going to be doing an in-depth discussion of formal elements and analysis of a work of literature supplemented with research. So most of you will focus on some of the formal elements, such as the characters. If it's a short story or a play, you may focus on the language more. If it's a poem, of course, rhyme, rhythm, all the things that go into that. So you're going to be looking at that work of literature in depth, as well as not only your own thoughts on it, but also the thoughts of other people. So that's where the secondary research comes in. I really urge you to reach out with questions this week, but do take a look at all the materials and the sample. And then if you have questions, make sure to reach out by inbox. And like I said, we're not going to change the due date from this coming Sunday, but if for some reason the internet is not available, or whatever, the electrical grid is not available, then you know, if you need more time, that's fine. You don't even really need to ask for an extension. But do reach out if you have questions or problems getting started with this assignment, because it's a little different from what you've perhaps done in the past. Although it's probably closer to the papers that you've written in English in past years back in high school. So anyway, have fun with it. Let me know if you have questions or concerns, and I will look forward to reading your stuff. So everybody take care and stay safe during Milton.